Have you ever wondered why some surgeons mostly do temporal brow lifts and others do full brow lifts with their facelift procedures? I'm Dr. Sarah Saxon, double board certified facial plastic surgeon. I want to explain why some surgeons do different brow lift techniques with their deep plane facelift. So number one, with a deep plane facelift, we're making an incision around the ear, behind the tragus, in this little skin crease here, and behind the hairline. That allows us to go in a deeper level to release some ligaments, really holding the skin down. With the deep plane facelift, you get a really nice lift, so much that it causes a little bunching right here. So if you can lift your skin like me and see the skin bunching in the corners, that's a good indication that you need at least a temporal brow lift just to smooth out those ridges there. The reason why some surgeons started doing this and calling it a temporal brow lift is because you have to extend your incision up a little farther in the hairline so that when you close it, you don't have little dog ears up here. So you usually end up chasing it so far that you end up raising the brow on the sides. And so what I found, if I'm already doing a traditional brow lift, so most of the time I'm doing a pretricheal brow lift in the hairline, I don't really have to advance this incision up anymore because all of that extra skin laxity has already been addressed when I do the brow lift first. Now, some surgeons say you only need a temporal brow lift and not a full brow lift, and I think some of that is because endoscopic brow lifts don't give you a great result. You're not able to get good visualization. You can't lift up all the ligaments that are really holding the brows down. You have to use endotines or sutures to really keep the brows up. And so most before and after photos I've seen, and personally when I used to do endoscopic brow lifts, are kind of a little too lackluster for all the work that you did trying to lift the brows. Everything sort of relaxes back down. But because I do a pretricheal brow lift and really release all the ligaments holding the brows down, including the fascia at the temporal line, the fascia around the orbital rim, the fascia holding the brows in the middle part of the forehead down, I'm able to get a much better lift similar to a deep plane facelift technique. When I'm lifting the brows, I'm not only lifting straight up, I'm rotating the lateral brow over. But if you address just the lateral brow and not the medial brow, you end up looking kind of harsh, kind of masculine, and a little angry, to be honest. So the medial brow looks too low, where the lateral brow's up high. Some people may prefer that look. Some people may be okay with that, with only a little bit of lift laterally, but most women who are at the age of needing a facelift need a more balanced lift to their full brow. Now, if you're worried about how these incisions heal, I want to put your mind at ease. Most of the time when I'm doing a pretricheal brow lift, I'm not doing a hairline lowering at the same time. And what that means is that things aren't on as much tension as with hairline lowering. So that incision heals so well, very quickly. Now, it does stay pink for several months, but even at the 1 month mark, I see little hairs growing through it. Your forehead and scalp can be a little numb for a while, but that comes back. Once the pink starts to fade away around the 3 to 6 month mark, you can't even really see it that much. Now, you can have some temporary hair thinning around that incision, but I do something called platelet-rich fibrin in the pretricheal incision, as well as this incision for the facelift part of the procedure. And what that does is create this matrix that sits underneath the incision that allows growth factors to heal it much more quickly and also encourages the hair follicles to not go dormant. So I find that the results with a pretricheal brow lift in addition to a deep plane facelift gives the best results in my hands and allows you to look even more feminine and give you a more dramatic result than just doing a little temporal brow lift with your deep plane facelift. Just my opinion, take it or leave it. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this video for more helpful information.